Victoria Nolan has represented Canada in 2 Paralympic Games as a rower and has also won a world championship. Legally blind, she's also a motivational speaker, an advocate for people with disabilities, a special education teacher, and most recently, an author of Beyond Vision, the story of a blind rower. With the PanAm and Para-PanAm Games coming to the GTA in 2015, Victoria is helping to recruit volunteers who can serve in a variety of ways. So, Victoria, welcome. Good to have you.
Good to be here.
First of all, I also want to welcome your friend there, your guide dog. What's his name?
This is Alan.
Okay.
He's working hard.
He is working very hard right now. Well, can you describe your visual impairment?
It's an eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. It's something I was born with. It's degenerative, so it's been getting slowly worse as I got older. It really took a turn when I got pregnant and had my 2 children. So I lost a lot of my sight in a short amount of time. So now I'm down to about 3%, and it's basically like looking through a small, narrow tunnel.
And despite that, you've felt that you wanted to get involved in the Paralympics. And so how did that whole idea and vision really come to be?
It's a lot of fate, I think. It happened at a time when things were really bad after having my children, trying to deal with that amount of vision loss and having 2 babies while you're basically in the dark was a really hard time for me. And I basically stopped doing I didn't go out of the house. It felt like I had no future. And luckily, at one point I said enough and snapped out of it. And my idea was to find something that would get me out of the house and being independent. And for some reason, I chose rowing. I'm not sure why, but I loved it. It was a great sport for me for being so careful all the time and slow and cautious. When I got in that boat, all of a sudden, I was able to move fast and I was graceful. And so I fell in love with it right away. And I never intended to compete. It was honestly just to get me out of the house, but it snowballed and I got good at it. Within a year and a half, I made the national team, which is a crazy story, but it was an amazing time.
It is,
yeah.
It is. So which Paralympic Games were you part of?
I competed in Beijing and London.
Okay. And then the World Championships that you won in New Zealand. And I think there's a photo of you with the Canadian flag. There you are after that win. And congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Now with the PanAm Games and the Para-PanAm Games as well, you're a volunteer ambassador. You're really trying to recruit people to be part of it and help out as the world will be coming to the GTA. And so what kind of areas can people get involved with?
Well, there's so many areas. I mean, from, you could be taking tickets, you could be helping the athletes, you could be behind the scenes. We need about 20,000 volunteers to make this work. So there are so many areas you could get involved.
And in coming weeks, we're going to be featuring on 100 Huntley Street a specific area called More Than Gold, where they're hoping to get 3,000 volunteers as a specific Christian witness, an opportunity for that during the PanAm Games. So if someone wants to volunteer, they say, yeah, I want to help out, I want to be a smiling face, I want to represent Canada well to those coming in, they can go onto a website, which is, it'll come up on the screen for you as well, toronto2015.org/volunteer. And then you can also put in there there's a code, a specific ID code that will help identify where the recruits are coming from, I guess, and it's SPNMTG. The MTG has to do with More Than Gold, but just put that SPNMTG on that website. And then what's the process then of someone, once they go on the website, they sign up, what's the process then of actually becoming a volunteer?
So interviews are starting June 15th, which is why we're really trying to push now for volunteers to sign up. The next couple of weeks is crucial. And the volunteers will be interviewed, and then you're asked to commit to 12 days during the duration of the PanAm and Para-PanAm Games.
All right. Are you still competing, Victoria?
I'm not competing in rowing anymore. I retired after London. It was just a lot of time away from my family.
Right.
But I'm really excited to get involved with the PanAm Games and just
Yes.
to be part of that, feeling that excitement. And
Yeah. Well, excitement is starting to build, that's for sure. And thank you for doing what you're doing as an ambassador for the volunteers. And so encourage you to get involved in that. All right, Victoria, thanks again.
Thank you.